In 1926, after 45 years of unprecedented success, Dr. Madison had a growing sense of foreboding about the economy. He announced that the houses on Randolph Avenue would be the last built by K&M. In the aftermath of the 1929 stock market crash, Madison had to step aside and sell his interest in the company. The company houses were sold to private owners. Madison moved out of Lindenwold Castle, and in 1936 he sold the estate to the Catholic Sisters to be used as an orphanage. Dr. Richard B. Madison died November 1936, only one day after his 85th birthday. In the decades following the K&M era, the factories of Ambler continued to produce asbestos products. The waste byproducts of this manufacturing process, containing cement, asbestos fibers, and other minerals, were piled in mounds on the land between the factories and the Wissahickon Creek. The waste piles eventually covered some 38 acres of land. The mounds became known as the White Mountains of Ambler, and for generations, among other things, the area was used for wintertime sledding. There is no evidence that Dr. Madison was aware of the health risks of asbestos, but by the 1970s, the EPA warnings and regulations regarding asbestos brought an end to its use in building products. Ambler's factories fell into disuse, with final production taking place in the 1980s. The White Mountains became an EPA Superfund cleanup site and were encapsulated in place and surrounded by high barbed wire fences. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, many proposals were put forth to try and reclaim Ambler's former industrial sites. It has been a long and difficult process, fraught with federal regulations, public lawsuits, and expensive and difficult cleanup procedures. Some parcels have been successfully adapted for use by industry and local government, but residential use has proven harder to come by. Finally, in 2008, the abandoned K&M site on South Main Street was demolished to make way for the construction of a townhouse neighborhood. Today, rows of new luxury townhouses are sprouting up and giving the area a renewed vitality. Just a few blocks away, Ambler's most prominent industrial structure, the massive all-brick K&M boiler house, is being prepared for preservation and conversion into a modern office building. Ambler, Pennsylvania is an inviting small town that was born on the banks of the Wissahickon Creek. It matured during the Industrial Revolution and developed a unique identity under the control of Dr. Richard Madison. The town has grown to be diverse and strong enough to overcome the one glaring fault of its youth. Today, just like in 1682, Ambler is a place for hard-working people who do their best each day and have much hope for a bright future.